This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna, and special thank you to our sponsors, Sphere Rocket VA, for making another episode possible. We're cranking these episodes out. It's been incredible learning about all these Icon stories, and today we will be learning about Jose. Welcome to the show.
Hi, welcome. Hi. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course, yes. We're super excited to get to know you. And I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. So take us back, Jose. Who are you? Where are you from? And how did you wind up in real estate?
Well, my name is Jose Samano. I actually was born in Mexico. Got to the United States when I was 9. Fun fact, I learned how to speak English in 3 months.
Wow.
I was also the translator for my school in 5th grade. So that was kind of cool. And then I got into real estate at age 16. I was a receptionist. And I got fired 3 months afterwards because my clothes was a little bit wrinkly. And then so they told me that it wasn't proper because I had to take the bus to get to the job after my soccer practice. So I would work from 4 to like 8 or 4 to 7. And I was packaging files back in the day because that was the thing to do. We didn't have Sky Slope and stuff like that in 2004 or 2002 at that time. And then so, we had to actually save everything on paper. And so that was kind of fun. I got to learn some of the forms and it was kind of cool. And then at 18, 19, I was allowed to become a loan processor. And then in 3 months, I did my first refi. 6 months, I was running the entire refi department. By the end of the year, I was running the entire mortgage division for the office. I was doing about 30 to 45 transactions a month. And so I picked it up pretty quickly. And I really liked it. I really liked the numbers. I really liked the whole adrenaline, the pace of working in a high-paced environment. And I just really kind of fell in love with it in that way. And then obviously helping clients, just a byproduct of what we do. And so that was kind of cool and kind of important. And then at 21, I went to work for this small little company called Bear Stearns. So if you've ever heard of The Big Short, I promise you it wasn't me. But if you've ever heard of that company, I was their 12th employee. And so I was super excited at the time, obviously. And the market crashed in 2008. I decided to open up my mortgage company because I thought it was a great idea. But and then so this whole time I got my license in 2006. So I had been a realtor, but I wasn't a practicing realtor. I was just kind of doing loans. And then, I kind of started building up my name through doing down payment assistance programs. And in 2010, I decided to become a broker, open up my own brokerage under my name. And then from there, I opened up a real estate company in 2011 called iReal Agent. Then 2012, I opened up another real estate company called The Property Shop. And I was still kind of focusing more on the loan piece rather than the real estate side. And then I decided to, get over to the dark side and become a realtor full time. And then so 2013, I started really kind of doing this and I went door knocking. Didn't really kind of work out for me. I guess I'm not that cute in person. And then so so people were just like locking the door for like literally I could see people at the door like spying on me. And I was just, oh, that's Mateo, by the way, Mateo Cruz. He's our CTO. He's the brains behind. Yeah, his name is Matt, but we call him Mateo because we're in California.
We have a Matt here too that we also call Mateo. So we like that. We love that.
Yeah, we like that. Yeah, and then so getting back to the story. So yeah, so that didn't work out for me. I also sent out a bunch, like 32,000 flyers in my area, because I only, I just really wanted to test it to see how it works. Because everybody talks to me about, oh, you got to send out mailers, Jose. Like, it works, and it's the best thing since sliced bread. And I did it, and it didn't really kind of work out for me. Maybe I did it the wrong way. Maybe I didn't know how to do it, because I know everything works. It's just a matter of leveraging the system, right? And
Right.
then so I it just didn't work for me. And then so this young lady told me, "Hey, Jose, well, why don't you, you know, pay some money to this little company called Zillow? They call you, and it's people who want to buy a house." And I was like, "What? Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like, and I was just like, "All right, cool. Let me give them a shot." And then so my third person, we put him in escrow. And then I went from a $500 budget in 6 months. I was about $5,500, and in a year I was at about $10,500. And with six agents, I was doing about 120 million. And then so we became pretty productive. Found a lot of mistakes in my process, and so that was fun. Usually mistakes cost quite a bit of money, and so uh, it was a lot of fun. Some painful moments trying to figure out the process and how to best work with Zillow. And at that time, Zillow was the devil.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Bobby Boucher. Mama said you're the devil. From the Waterboy. And
Yeah.
then and then,
Yeah.
and then the girls are right. And then so that was kind of what was happening at the time. So I get an opportunity to work for a company called Berkshire Hathaway. The gentleman, who approached me, his name is Mr. Bruce Mulhern, and at the time he was a big time agent. Like, he had 1,400 agents under him. He had owned over 26 different branches. And so he reached out and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Somebody told me about you, and it looks like you're doing a lot of stuff online, and I'm kind of intrigued." And then so we ended up partnering up in an office in Santa Ana. And I just think timing wasn't right, and maybe me with my personal life too. And I just know it just didn't work out. And it was actually a very painful process for me, because I needed to manage over 100 agents that didn't believe in anything that I was saying. And then so, trying to gather everyone to be on the same page, and for everyone to do the same thing that you're asking them to do, and you're getting amazing results, and you're trying to tell them, and then every person that they're speaking to is telling them not to do this.
Yeah.
So you're just like, right. And then so we went through that process. And I went to then work at my cousin's office, because I just had it. I was just like 2 years of doing it. I was just like, you know what? I don't even feel passionate about this anymore. Like, I'm tired of this. And then so I swore to myself I would never teach another agent anything, and that I would be a solo agent, and I would just, it's just like, buy the world. And then so I went to Mexico for 6 months, to find myself, and I would go back and forth, and spend some time over there, and really kind of slow down. I tell people it's my midlife crisis at 30. And then so when I came back, just started kind of working on my own, became the top producer in the office my first quarter. And then I was the top producer for the entire office, and I only got there in after the second quarter. So I got there third quarter, became top producer, fourth quarter became top producer, and then I was top producer for the entire year. So I only took 6 months to do it. And then I hit Hall of Fame with Remax in about a year and a half. That's $1 million in commissions with them. And then so the other guy was kind of upset because it took him 23 years. And then so I was like, "Bro, I'm just doing my thing, bro. It's this thing called Zillow. They call me, I go, I put them in escrow. That's just how I
Yeah.
do it, right?" And then so um, that kind of happened, and we took that team from zero to over 250 million in about a year and a half, 2 years it took us to do it. And then so I had, great teams. I had a guy named Jeff. I had Chris, Hugo. There was a few people there that we were kind of all kind of working in unison to make this happen. And then we moved on, and I saw the EXP opportunity, and I just said, you know what, this kind of, I was having a shortage of recruits, right? So I have this great massive program, and we know how it works, and we have all the right pieces, and I only have 32 people, and so I need 200. And then so how do I do that the quickest way and the fastest way? And then so, I found EXP to give me that leverage. And then so that's what I did. Am I talking too much? Look, I'm
No,
talking.
you're on a podcast. You're supposed to talk. You're doing an awesome job. That's an incredible story, Jose. And yeah, you finally got to EXP here, which is crazy. Let's talk about that transition. How were you skeptical? How did that go for you? Was it hard to leave the current brokerage you were
No.
with? Who introduced EXP to you? Tell us your story there.
No, it's actually kind of funny because one of my friends, his name's Leo. We met, and when we met, I told him, "Hey, you can't recruit me. I'm not a recruiting person. The moment that I need to make a move, I will make the move. Because I already had been trying to get recruited by a ton of people. A lot of people were throwing money at me, and then so I'm like, it for me is more of being comfortable in a place and believing in something that we want to do, and that way I can get up in the morning and work and everything. And then so you know we did make that transition to move over to EXP. For me, it was a need of at this point in time, I went back to teaching agents, and it's something that I had swore I wasn't going to do. But there was an agent in our office that was struggling a little bit, and then so I said, hey, well, it looks like you need a little bit of help. And then so I'm here to help you, but I just have one rule, and it's like if you don't show up one day to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, we will stop working with each other because I'm not here to waste my time or your time.
Yeah.
So you need to treat this like a job, right? And then so that's my only rule that I have with people
Mhm.
whenever they want to work with me, and it's just because I'm here every day too. I show up, so I need them to show up, and then so that usually is the hardest thing for most realtors to understand. Um, and then so we helped her. I opened 8 escrows with her in 2 months, and then I had another gentleman that I got as well. I opened 12 escrows with him in 1 month, so he was kind of excited. And then so we started kind of building out this program for the entire office and the structure of being able to teach agents and create a culture and all of that kind of stuff. And then that's when we got our Zillow Flex account because Zillow really liked our $45,000 budget. And then so, and
Yeah,
then so,
sure.
and then so we transitioned into that. And um, from there we saw the EXP model, and just made sense for me. It's like I've been struggling to hire all these agents, and then I go to EXP, and it's just like a bunch of agents going there. As I'm getting to know EXP, I'm finding all the other awesome things they have. So I love the metaverse. We actually work with that quite a bit. We do have our own private team suite.
Mhm.
I mean, I like the rev share. When I like it, right? But it's actually something that I focus on too much. But I've recruited 180 people in my first year, and then so people are like, "How did you recruit them?" And I was like, "I didn't. I produce." And
Accident.
then
It
so
came to me.
yeah, so when you produce, people come to you. It's just
Mhm.
the way it works. People want to work with people like that. And then so I've been in the business a long time too, so it kind of helps as well. And pitching people the concept of EXP, and then you know um, that's kind of what's happened. I hit Icon my first year. Um, in April is when my due date is, and I capped in 3 weeks, so that was kind of fun. And
Congratulations. That's a big
yeah, so
deal.
we're going for a second icon, and then so that's gonna be fun. And I just really like the support. That back end office that you really kind of get with EXP is something that I had to do quite a bit of myself, and I'm not the best broker. I want to say, I'm a good salesman.
Yeah.
Uh, I could sell anything. I like to say, but as far as being a broker and looking through paperwork and reading all like it's like man, sometimes I didn't know the answer to these things, and then
Mhm.
so I love the fact that I have a full support staff with me, you know, and it just really kind of made a lot of sense for me to kind of make this shift. And now our brokerage went from 6 agents. I started in April, so I had 6 agents, and now we have 198. And we went from 39 transactions to 655 sales in our first year, so not too shabby. Uh, and then so this year we're trying to hit 1,000. Hopefully, we'll be able to get there, and we're going to be expanding into different markets and things like that. And we just feel like our family here at work is very kind of united. Uh, Obviously, there's hiccups here and there, but I just feel overall people understand the intention that we have, and we're trying to build a company from the inside out. Basically, feedback from our agents and what they want to see and how they want to do things is extremely important to us. It's the only way we grow.
Absolutely. Well, Jose, that's awesome. Welcome over to EXP. Looks like you're kicking butt. We love to see that. And, when it comes to being over at EXP, you've been here for a little bit. You've gotten to explore a lot of opportunities with it and iconing and so on. What has become your favorite part of EXP? We've got, rev shares, stock options, excuse me,
Bless you.
collaboration. So thank you. What has been your favorite part about coming over to EXP?
The broker room.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's great.
the broker room. Yeah,
We
it's
love
my
that.
favorite thing because basically I hired 11 brokers for $16,000, and
Uh-huh.
that was quite of a deal. I think it was a bargain. We got that, and then so just helping us with any question that my TC team has. So I think at this point we may be the number one TC team in the entire EXP. I think we do more
Wow.
transactions than anybody else. Yeah, and then
Wow.
I'm almost 100% sure, but don't quote me on that. But my team is known by their name in EXP world. When they walk in, people are like, "Oh, that's them," and then so it's kind of cool because it's in EXP world, and then so it allows me to stay focused on my sales and to do meetings like this and think about different ways that we can kind of help the agents. But I have a great an amazing team. To be honest with you, it's not even me. Like it's like I'm in such a position right now that I've never had before in my previous brokerages, that I have like just everything that I need. Like, and everyone is so like in like it's almost like we feel like we're like a Tesla or something. Like everybody's like, oh, we're working 14 hours. Like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's so cool. It's so cool. And then so we just had a little barbecue, and like I said, like Matt from our chief technology officer, Jeff is like my right hand dude. He's part owner of the company, and like I mean, he's just a blessing. I can't even tell you describe it in words. And his wife, Monse, she's our chief financial officer. She's the one that just takes care of all of our finances. I don't have to worry about that. I'm not great at that kind of stuff. I like
Mhm.
to sell houses, and then so it's just been a blessing.
That's incredible. And like you said that you spent a lot of time with the team and celebrating wins. And beyond that, Jose, how do you take care of yourself? How do you make sure you're not on burnout mode all the time and that you're chasing your version of a work-life balance?
Well, you know what? I really love what I do. I had this question asked by somebody the other day, some psychologist. No, I wasn't at the crazy house, I promise. I
Mhm.
was at a party, and she was like, "Hey, Jose, like, how are you?" And then so I just started talking to her, and she was telling me what she did, and she writes books and stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I also write. I journal. When I was going through my depression moment,
Mhm.
I was journaling quite a bit and came up with a lot of cool, clever little quotes and my Joseisms, I like to say. And then so she asked me that question as far as like work-life balance, and I was like, you know what? To be honest with you, I don't necessarily have one because I really kind of like my job, so it doesn't feel like work to me. So
Right.
I don't know kind of what that's like. The people on my office are my family, so basically I'm around my family all the time, and it's not work for me. So basically, I'm just having a good time all the time.
I love
So
that for
it's
you.
it. So is my work life balance backwards? I actually don't work, and I'm actually around my family all the time. Is that kind of how? So it's all perception, right? And
Mhm.
then so I just tell people I'm around my family all the time, and I'm just having fun all day. So I'm really not working.
That's incredible. You're so blessed to have like something that you're so passionate about, right? You've worked hard for it. That's not, it's not saying you don't deserve it, but it's a blessing to have something that you enjoy doing every
Yeah,
single day.
I just really like seeing the agents like come in and just being new in the industry, and then they do their first transaction, and they're just
Mhm.
super pumped, and then eventually you'll have one or two that are just like overachievers, and then they're like crushing it. Just there's a guy in our office that opened 16 listings in 30 days, right?
Wow.
And then so he's only 23, by the way, and we have a few of those. We have a few 18-year-olds. I have an 18-year-old that opened up a deal for $1 million. I don't know how he did that, but congratulations. And then I have another one that opened up two escrows in his first month and a half of working at our office. So, we train him pretty good here, I like to say.
Yeah,
I,
absolutely.
yeah, we take pride in that.
That's crazy. That's incredible. And you should take pride in that. That's something to be really proud of in
Yeah.
this industry. I mean, 18 years old, that's crazy. And so, for those who are watching this podcast and listening, they're like, wow, I'm a young buck. How do I receive credibility? Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. Right. Like the excuses that you're making when we've got, little hustlers out here killing it with $1 million listings. It's incredible. Jose, did I lose you? Maybe. Let's exit. Oh, there you are. There you are.
We're
Perfect.
back.
But what I was saying is, for those people that are making excuses about, oh, like I'm too young for this industry, how do I get credibility and validity when I'm so young and I can't even grow a beard yet, whatever it is. I don't want to hear that when Jose's out here training 18-year-olds to get $1 million listings. That's incredible.
Oh, they look like babies, literally are babies. And so, as you can see, I don't have a office suite. I have
Hmm.
a cubicle, and we do
Hmm.
that on purpose, because somebody told me, you got to stay in the trenches, man, and then so
Right.
I like to make sure that I'm around people, and that people are watching like the way that we work. And so Jeff, my business partner too, he also kind of he has a table. He doesn't even have the fucking cubicle. He has a table, and he's always walking around the office, and we just stay busy, like we want to be involved with our agents. We don't want to be this person that's somewhere hidden in the Himalayas, and just like
Right.
comes down every once in a while. That's not our style of helping our agents.
I love that. That's incredible. And, it speaks levels for your business and the types of leaders that you guys are. It really shows, right?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So let's talk a little more about the Icon Award, but specifically
Mhm.
focused on you, right? So let's talk about in your market about how many houses did you have to sell to hit Icon?
Well, for me, it's a little bit different because I run a pretty like we run a team, so
Yeah.
it was a lot of houses because after you hit the 16,000 cap. For
Mhm.
me, most of my transactions, I'm sharing a commission. So some of my credits that I was getting were like $8.47.
Right.
Hey, do you mind picking this up? Because I don't know what they're. And then so it took me about $100 million to hit Icon.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we did about 180 under my name. So it just takes me a little longer because of the fact that we have to. I only get a portion of the $250 thing, but it was super exciting because it's my first year and my first year in the company, and I wanted to start out with a bang and and really kind of get going. And we're really kind of, our office, we're shooting for number one. Like we
Right.
came in the first day going like we're going to be the number one office. And then obviously I think everyone should feel like that, right? Like if you feel like we call each other here sales athletes. So if you're a top sales athlete and you're a professional about what you do, then you need to come in the game feeling like you're going to win, or else
Right.
what are you playing for? And then so our whole culture here in our office is all about sales athlete, mamba mentality. It's like if you're not shooting in the gym, then you ain't really doing anything. And then so we really kind of stay focused like that. We had a conversation with somebody the other day that was telling me, Jose, why do I need to come back again? Because, you know, we keep going over the same things over and over and over again. And I said, I
Mhm.
understand that. But did Michael Jordan know how to shoot free throws when he made the NBA? I think he did. Do you think he shot free throws after he won his championship? What about his second one? What about his third? What about his fourth? What about his fifth? Do you think he still shot free throws after his sixth? Right? And then
Oh,
so
of
even
course.
though yeah, even though you know how to do something, it's like you gotta keep maintaining, you gotta stay ready, and then so we really take pride in that, like, so it's one of the things, like, you're not with me shooting in the gym is one of the things that we say all the time, because we're always just practicing, just getting better at our conversations, refining our processes, our technology, understand new technology things that we can incorporate to what we do, from presentations to just you name it.
Absolutely. I love that. You got to practice. Practice makes perfect, and you just got to keep getting better. This is an industry that you just have to be a part of that continued learning process.
Yeah, I love it.
Mhm.
That's what I like. I'm always learning something, just different things, different systems, and we're coming up with different scripts, and just it's fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Jose, and iconing, it's much more than just production and numbers. It's a lot about the culture as well, right? So I can see, you made some points earlier about, you're in the trenches, you're working with these people, you don't have your own office suite. It's not like that. So obviously culture is really a big focus for you, but how do you give back to EXP's culture? Are you a mentor, a coach? Do you teach in EXP world?
Well, I haven't been offered that opportunity yet,
Okay.
so we'll see whenever they decide to do that. But I mentor quite a bit of people in
Mhm.
EXP already in the Southern California area. I've probably helped over 400 or 500 EXP agents
Uh-huh.
become productive. They all kind of come to my office. We do have an office space that's, we'll call it kind of like a hub. And then so anybody that's a part of EXP is welcome to our office. Um, um, it's something that we kind of give out. Obviously, our other systems that we have, if you want to be part of our team, that's a different thing that we can kind of chat about. But as far as, 8 to 5, you're welcome to come to our office, check out what we're about, check out what we do. And everyone is just so helpful here. Like, we believe that if you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, you want to go together. And then so we're big on going together. Like we're big on don't leave any man down, right? We're because
Absolutely.
we do have a Zillow Flex account. It's like his underperformance is affecting you. So instead of letting him or another person not do well, grab him by the hand and say, "I'm going to show you how to do this."
Yeah.
Right? Because their success is your success. So it's super important in our office for that. Everybody understands the responsibility that they have to each other to make sure that they're keeping each other accountable, and it comes from love. Like everyone here is very kind of just loving on people for the most part. Obviously we have certain situations with different characters and just different things like that, but everyone in our office is extremely helpful.
I love that. And Jose, what's been your favorite part about the Icon Award? Is it the fact that you get the opportunity to basically be paid to go to EXP Con and shareholders? Is it the Shining Glass Trophy, your cat back in stock? What has really stood out to you that makes you say, "Man, I got to keep iconing"?
Well, I mean, I like the stock for sure. That's mainly kind of it. We've always kind of been in production, but I like the way that it created another vehicle for me to make money. I mean, it's just that's the thing, about EXP. It's like you can make money transactionally, you can make money, with your rev share, and you can make money through, just hitting your goals. And so those are the things that, I love it. I'm going 3 times faster than I would if I wasn't.
Mhm.
So it just makes sense for me to do that.
Absolutely. And Jose, as somebody who's a mentor and a team leader, and you said earlier you like to take people by the hand and show them how to do it, jump in there with them. So, as maybe a rookie real estate agent or somebody that's new to EXP and has been in the game for a while, is iconing something that's going to be possible for them within their first year, or what's some advice that you would give them coming over to EXP? They see this icon award. Is that attainable? How do they get there?
Is it attainable? Of course. I believe that anything that you want to do in life, you can create as long as you put enough energy behind it, right? So just like the laws of the universe, it allows for you to do that. And then so, I one of the things I tell people here is like, don't pray for the reward. Hey, that's Jeff. What up, Jeff? That's my big dog right there. yeah. And then so um I tell them don't pray for the reward if you're not ready for the sacrifice, right? So
Right.
everybody's looking for like, I want to hit icon, and I'm like, okay, you got to do 30 transactions, bro. So you're gonna have to stay shooting in the gym all day. You're gonna have to do 10, 12 hour days, and you're gonna have to do these type of things. And then so, if you're not really kind of willing to put in that energy or that effort that you need to do to be able to create that goal for you, then it's really not going to be there. So the first thing is, don't lie to yourself. Don't pray for the reward if you're not ready for the sacrifice. So you may not be able to go drink a beer with your friends because you got to wake up at 6 a.m. the next morning on a Saturday or on a Sunday. And it's just, those are the sacrifices that I made, when I was 20 something years old with my own brokerage, right? And then so I had my own brokerage when I was 24 years old. And I had three different brokerages by the time I was 26. And then so it just, I obviously couldn't do certain things, like I had to stay in the game and really focus on kind of what I was doing, even though sometimes I got a little bit out of control. And then so the next thing I would say is make sure that you guys join um, a team, right? You want to kind of, in the beginning, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Just work with somebody that's willing to mentor you, somebody who's willing to give you leads, give you prospect, shows you a process, a system. So I would just say, like, interview, several teams under EXP and see kind of what their value is and what they do. But I would say be in a culture where they're training all day, every day, is something that I would say would be super important. And make sure that they have leads and that they give you time. I call it in the batting cages, right? So we do this exercise in our office where we put you in the batting cages. So you learn what a curveball is. So you learn what a fastball is. Where you learn what a knuckleball is, and then so you get real live kind of action and talking to people and then getting told no, and then so one of my Joseisms is every no is an opportunity to know, which becomes an opportunity to grow. And then so, we're always looking for the no. And it's important as far as your beginning part of the process, because that's how we're teaching you. I don't know what you don't know. And then so it's important for us to figure that part out.
Right. No, absolutely. I love that. And I love that, you guys believe in practicing and getting in there and a continuous learning process. And Jose, we're coming up on about 32 minutes here. It's been an awesome podcast so far. And it brings me to my last question. Um, for people that are skeptical of EXP, as most people are when they're introduced to it, and they see the greener grass, they see these stock options and rev share and collaboration and all these amazing things, but they hear the negative things out there, that other brokerages are starting, like, oh, don't go over there. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a cult. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So what would you have to say to somebody that's in that position?
Um, well, what I would say to them is, like any brokerage, people are gonna say negative things about them. Everyone says a negative thing about every single brokerage, right? And then so the first thing is understanding your business model and really where you want to go, right?
Mm,
For me, it was, I'm tired of having to, like, hire a lawyer. I had a small brokerage. I needed to be the one that was reading all the contracts. So that was for me just a waste of time. And then
right.
so being able to offset that was really kind of important to me. Um, I understand that people may join some teams and it doesn't really kind of benefit them. So that's why I tell people, just do your research.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that they align with what you want to do and how they can help you get there. To be honest with you, our office helps a lot of teams. So there's probably 8 or 9 teams that work within our office that we support under EXP through lead flow, through lead generation, through a lot of the things that we do. So the collaboration is amazing. And then so, um, I don't think it's Kool-Aid. All the results are real, and you just, again, have to do it. Like, most people, again, all the time ask me, so you probably are recruiting all day. You recruited 180 people. Like, you're probably all day calling on the phone. And I said, no, I'm all day calling for listings. I'm not calling for anything else. And then so it's just about creating the space for people to want to join your brokerage, and it's fun. And then, I always tell people, um, EXP is probably the best, not probably, it's the best vehicle right now in the real estate industry. And then so I like to make sure that I provide the gas. And then so I'm the gas, they're the rocket. Let's blast off.
That's incredible. I love that. Jose, I think it's been an awesome episode today. I've really enjoyed hearing your story. I think you're awesome. I love the energy. I love the leadership here. Is there anything that you'd like to leave the listeners with today as we wrap up?
Power up, let's grow.
See you in the gym, right?
Yeah, see you in the gym.
I love that. Jose, thank you so much for your time. And coming up at
Yeah.
EXP and shareholders, I will be there. So let's make sure to get connected.
Yes. See you
Awesome.
later.
Thanks, Jose.
Bye.
Bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.